Hello and welcome back to Budget Beauty. This is Budget Beauty's Date Night Dollup, and this is an extra special episode because we are going out for my birthday finally. So I'm going to get dolled up and do some makeup, and then we're going to get out of here. I am Lindsay Beatty. I am the creative force and the face behind Budget Beauty. And as per the usual for Date Night Dollup, we are going on a date. So this is going to be date night. It is a Friday night. And we are going to our favorite place, Chapin Chophouse. And so we are, we got some reservations and we're getting ready to roll. So I decided to do my makeup, and I'm doing a powder blue because this is a very blurry powder periwinkle blue dress, and I'm going for like a 60s style here. So I pulled out the beehive wig and decided to do that. So let's get started. So for the eyes, the eye primer, we're going to do, this is the eyeshadow primer. This is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. So this is in the regular tube. This is the original tube. And the eyeshadow color I think is going to match really well. And then we're going to do like a blue eyeshadow to match the dress. And then gonna do like a nude lip to go with this instead of a red lip. It's like I say, we're going for very 60s mod style. The dress just kind of lends itself to that, so that's how we're doing that. So, if you bear with me just a second, I am gotta plug up my microphone. So, just bear with me for just a second. All right. So, yeah, we're doing some mod 60s makeup. So very heavy emphasis on the eyes because the eyes are going to be the star of this show. I was not alive in the 60s, but I knew people who were, and Alice told me that I would probably have liked living then. My personal style is very close to more like the 40s and 50s, mostly 40s, but I can do some stuff. Now for the primer for the face, because we're gonna get that going. This is the Sephora Smooth and Blur primer. Really like this primer. It is fantastic. And so, gotta take my bands off. Take my wedding bands off. In my haste to get going here. So we got to be there at like 7:30, and it takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get to this place. We have been there several times. We usually go for like anniversary. We go for date night. Pretty sure we've done Date Night Dollup, and I've been to Chapin Chophouse before. Pretty sure. But I chose this as my place for my birthday. We have a place, they've opened up another like sister restaurant in Lexington, but they have literally the same menu, so it's like I might as well just go to Chapin. Chapin's a 20-minute drive. I mean, and it's also like a 20-minute drive to Lexington, so yeah, it's fine. All right, and they might be a little crowded for a Friday night, so we'll see. All right, so now that the eyes are ready, with primer, face is ready. Let me grab my pencil out of my kit. I'm going to use this. This is the BFF, this is the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade Crystal Crush. Now, this blue don't match, but for right now, it's what I need, so. And it probably won't be a bad choice. It's not really, like, super weird with what I'm getting ready to do. This is to cut my crease. And then over here. Now, tomorrow, we will be back for our usual weekly episode. We're planning to do some makeup buying for that. As you can see, the blue is on. It's on. And I don't really want a super heavy line. I just need something to be there. Okay. So then, now let's go in with our eyeshadow. Now, for the eyeshadow, we're going to do two different ones. The first one, the base is going to be out of this. This is the Essence Ice Ice Baby eyeshadow palette. And I've used stuff out of this on camera. Which is how I remembered. I was like, oh, it's got a blue in it that I probably want to use. And so we're going to use this as the base. I've used this like once before. Maybe once or twice. So for the base, we're going to use this color right here. I don't know what that's called because it don't got a shade name. But I'm just taking my tool and we are going to lay down this base. And it's a nice matte. It's like a gray, slate gray blue almost. And it's going to go well with this dress. So, yes, tomorrow we will be back for our weekly episode. We are planning to do some makeup buying. For my birthday, one of my gifts is makeup. So, as I requested from my spouse, Mr. Budget Beauty. So we are going to go to Ulta. I have since reached my diamond status already, but Ulta has the makeup I'm looking for. Because ColourPop has released some stuff at the beginning of the month, and I was waiting on it to come to Ulta. So I've already added it to my cart, and I'm ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it tomorrow. Husband has graciously offered to give us a gift card. So every little bit helps. And I am very excited about these releases from ColourPop. Because I've seen other people use them and they seem to be fantastic. So, very excited. Lay down a little bit more of this blue. Slate gray blue. It's very much like an ice shadow. Very much. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, so then we're going to go in, speaking of ColourPop, this is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Dream Much. So this blue is going to be really pretty because I wanted a shimmer on top. Yes, I know they really did use like more matte shades in the 60s with makeup, but I like this blue. I think this blue is going to be really pretty. So, see if we can get her going. I did drop some blue on my dress, but it's fine. We'll pick it up. This Super Shock Shadow takes a little bit to get it going, but once you get it going, it's really pretty. And this blue is gorgeous. Okay. So it's kind of on my eye. Takes a minute. It's a cream formula. And then it like dries down. And I actually kind of did that wrong too. I really was not supposed to do that all the way down. Because we are in fact going to do a pinup lash line. Right. So that's one eye, and it is on there pretty good. So what I'm going to wind up doing is doing a pinup lash line, but also I'm going to put on some mascara. Okay. Trying to hurry this up. So, see if we can't get up there. It's acting like it don't want to go up to the top of the lid. I always have this problem. Like I will do my crease cut and then I can't get it to go I can't get my actual eyeshadow to go all the way up to the top the way I want it to. Okay. That's good enough, I think. Make sure we get that across the eye. Okay. So that's done. I'm going to get this eyeshadow off this dress. I mean, the eyeshadow matches my dress perfectly, so there's that. So even if I did get it on there, it wouldn't be a problem. Alright. I got it off. Okay. Okay. So now let's do a pinup lash line, which I normally stop right above my lash line. If I'm going to do that, I stop above my lash line, and I didn't this time, but we're going to make up for it. Because this black will cover up all of that makeup down there at the bottom with no issue. I mean, like, really fast. So, as I correctly predicted, because this black is very, very, very matte and very not see-through. It's not sheer at all. Is when they say matte, they mean matte. Okay, so let's pull that across and then do the fill-in. Okay. All right. Got it. That is really nice. That turned out really nice. Okay. Black is done. All right. Let's turn our attention to these eyelashes. So, because we want big lashes, and I know this is going to be hard to see with this lash line going on, but we're going to do it anyway. This is by the way, to do the black, I use the Standby ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade Swerve. Now, for the lash primer, because we want big, thick lashes, this is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. Super Volume with Super Fruits. Normally, I would not use this and do this lash line, but I need my lashes to pop and be ginormous. So, there is that. Try not to touch my nose, which is very hard to do here when you're like putting this on. I'm trying to get it all the way across, and also not touch my eye, but also not touch the black too. There's a lot going on here. So then we're going to go ahead and do it on the other eye real quick. Okay. This is going to give you very big lashes, so. All right. Oops. All right. So that's applied. Now let's talk about this mascara. To start, we're going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess. This is false lash effect, which is what we want. This is the known as the turquoise one. I'm also trying to see in my magnifying mirror here, in my magnifying part of the trifold mirror, if this is absolutely getting on there like I need it to, and it is. All right, the lashes are a little big there, but don't wait, don't worry, wait, there's more. There's so much more there coming, because we're going to use more mascara. Now I could probably achieve this effect if I just use fake lashes, but I don't wear fake lashes. I am going to try using them in a little bit. I would like to use Juvia's Place so as the brand, so we will be trying to do that. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell because I got this big old lash line up here, but all right, that's coat 1. Coat 2 is going to be the Sephora Size Up. You want big old thick lashes, except no substitute. This gives you the volume. And also spreads it out, which it's more of a volume mascara. So I can't really tell about my volume right now just because I have so much of that black on that it literally just takes the place of volume full lashes. But I can kind of sort of see it in the mirror. So I know that there is a ton of volume there. Then, we're going to add some lift tinted. I know it don't look like there's been a whole lot done here, but there has. So, I promise there's work. The work has been done here. Yeah. Okay. That's adding some length. This is going to add length as opposed to the volume. Okay. All right. So, eyes are done for right now. So now let us turn our attention to the face. For the concealer, let's go with, I'm trying to find it where I stuck it. Okay. We're going to go for the concealer. We're going to go with the Tear Glide and Hide Blurring Concealer in the shade 8.7N. And the reason why, as usual, we are doing this first is because I got a, I'm going to use the Tear foundation. I'm just covering up the spots. This is the spot corrector side, so I'm just covering up a few little spots, which they're there. They act like they don't want to go away, but they will. Hyperpigmentation over here, which is very much going down. It's just taking its time a little bit. Let's do that. And this, the bottom part, because the bullet lipstick part is that spot corrector. The bottom part is your under eye, where you would do your under eye with it. So we're doing that part. And because I'm using the Tear foundation, this is going to be a great mix and match of foundation and concealer. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to use the Tear Mask Fit All Cover Cushion, and this is in the shade 43N Deep Cocoa. I've gotten a lot of use out of this. As you can see, it's very dirty. I've gotten a lot of use out of this. Alright, so you have to press it in there to get your stuff going. And even with that spot concealer, I do not have problems with patchiness. So, very pleased with this. This is a very, very good foundation. The formula is nice. It's very lightweight. Very nice on my skin. It blends out beautifully when you're doing your pattern here. Now, I like to go in behind myself and do some brush work if I really absolutely feel like I didn't do it right the first time. And of course, I do have to blend out my concealer, so there is that. But I do like to sometimes go behind myself with a brush because my pattern don't always be the best. So as you can see, this is a good application this time. So what you're applying is, you don't swipe, you just tap it on. That's what a cushion does. Think of a cushion as like when you're doing setting powder. You wouldn't swipe with the setting powder. All right, and we're finished with that. All right, so now I figure out why that's not going down in there. I need to blend out my concealer. All right. Morph brush M132. I've used this so much I've wiped off the lettering. This is the M132 angled concealer brush. And you can see, seamless blend and quick. Blend a little bit over here. I say this is where I put that spot concealer, but also try to blend that a little bit better. Okay. Over here, get this going. I will be adding my under eye in just a second once I smooth this out a little bit. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Blend that out a little bit because that was where I put concealer. Okay. Very nice. All right. Now, we're ready for blush. Now, for 60s blush, it's very pale on non-black women. It was very pale. So we're going to go with some light blush here. So this is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Luminous Blush in the shade Grace. I like that this, even with like 2 dots, is not a ton of blush. Because in this case, I don't want to do a ton of blush. I just want a little bit. So, let me get my blush brush. This is the Morphe M204. Well, see, that's what we want. A hint of color on the cheeks. Nothing fancy, nothing blush. You want a little bit. Perfect. And that gray shade is really, really pretty on me. I like that shade, Grace. It's really, really pretty. I'm trying to think, did I buy any more of her blush? I don't think I did. Not liquid. I think all the other ones were like luminous, and I think that one is a matte. So I could be wrong about the title there. It doesn't exactly say it on the bottle. It just says that it's blush. And then the shade, but it don't say the actual like full name. So it's exactly what I was wanting. Alright. Now, setting. We're ready to set our face. So for the setting, we're going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection loose setting powder in the shade 15 Translucent Medium Deep. You can see it in there. This already should have powder already. Shaken, it does. Because I used it yesterday to do my face. Alright, I'm just taking my powder puff and putting it in my hand and priming it. And then setting. I have a lot of powder on here, so I really don't need to do too much dipping in here. I used this powder puff yesterday, so I know there's like leftover powder on here, because your girl uses a lot. So, all right. Just want to make sure I got under that eye and not around my nose. Perfect. All right. Husband time check.
6:49.
All right. Good deal. All right. Since I don't have a clock in here, I have to, and I can't use my phone to do, I have my husband doing it for me. So, we are right on schedule, actually. We're right on schedule. So, face is powdered down, blush, very pale blush, and looks good. Let's do our under eye, and then we'll worry about these lips. And so for the under eye, I pulled another one. We're going to use the Essence 24 Ever Ink Liner. This is in the shade Intense Black. Now I may use some powder blush, maybe. I think I might. But this is a really good eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. Very pleased with it. Try to get up underneath those lashes. Get a good dark eyeliner up underneath there. Which, yes, I could have just used the Swerve again. Which I may just do that once this dries down. Alright. We'll let that dry down. Alright. Then we are going to do powder blush. I hadn't really thought about a powder blush here. I really wasn't planning to do that, and then I changed my mind. So, maybe we'll use this Fenty. I'll use this Fenty Coral. This is the Fenty Suede Cheeks powder blush. Fenty Cheeks Suede powder blush in the shade 03 Lolly Poppy. Because I want a coral, and this is kind of a coral. Now this blush is gonna be, this blush is intense, so you have to be very, very, very gentle with it. Like, not a ton of color, and that is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Not a ton of color, just enough. And that's perfect. Alright. That is absolutely perfect. That coral color comes through. And it's nice. Coral is a little hard on me because the brown mixing with the orange kind of orange color corrector for my skin. So there's that. Alright. So we're ready for lips. And for the lip liner, since we're going to do a nude lip, this is the NYX Professional Makeup Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Pinky Beige. This is a very, very loud nude. I drew that line so crookedly. So it looks weird until I put the actual lipstick on. Then for the lips, I got a couple of lips here, lipsticks here. Start with, see how pink this is. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 210 Tropical Vacay. So let's see if we can make this work. This might be, that lip liner might be too loud. So very pink. Kind of not the pink shade I was going for, but okay. And yes, I'm covering up the liner because it's a little too loud. It's a little too loud. Yeah, it's a little too pinky. All right, so then I have a beige. This is like a pinky beige. This is the NYX Liquid Lingerie Double XL liquid lipstick in the shade Flaunt It. So, kind of want to, this might match it actually. Yep. It actually matches it, which is not what I'm looking for here. And I do need to blot it. That's not what I was looking for. Husband. We're gonna send Mr. Budget Beauty here on a errand real fast. If you could bring me a paper towel, please, because I gotta blot my lip here. Because this is a little too pink for what I'm trying to do. I really want a beige, and I'm looking into my kit to see what I have. I'm reaching. Thank you. He's brought me a paper towel. Still very pink, but kind of calmed down. That was real much. So let's throw on, this is the shade Undressed in the same line. It matches too. Okay. That's what I get for doing all these pink beige. Because it too is very pink. I got a beige, I just really don't want to use it because that is very beige. All right, gotta blot this one too. So that it's not quite as opaque, not quite as pink. Here we go. All right, that's off a little bit. I don't want to take it off entirely. That actually kind of, actually, that kind of works once I take this off. And I took it off a bunch, and now it's just like a dusty pink, sheer pink on my lips. This kind of works. I see one more that I kind of could do, and I'm gonna grab it. So let's grab it. All right, this is the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Double Date. So let's see. This is an actual beige brown. It too has pink elements to it, but it's more brown beige than pink beige. No, it's still kind of pink beige. All right, let's see. Okay, that's better. That's much better. This is what I should have gone with from the beginning. This one. Because this is more pinkish. I mean, this is more brownish beige than pink. Yeah, that works for me. That's actually much better. Yeah, that's better. And I should keep something in here to do that. But to blot when I need to blot, but it's perfect. All right, it is now 7 o'clock and we gotta go. So this is actually perfect because I'm ready. I'm finished. So in order to set my face, because everything is ready to go, we're going to use L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. All right, here goes. Trying not to open my eyes too much while that's still in my vision range there. All right, for the earrings, this is the completed look. The earrings, I got these from New York & Company or Old Navy a long time ago. I want to say New York & Company. And I used to have a necklace that matched this, but I do not anymore. I don't know what happened to the necklace. The necklace might actually still be in my little thing over there in my armoire, but I would not know. I know I can't get this earring on as quickly as I would like. But as you can see, they match, kind of. This might have been an Old Navy thing. Now I'm going to put my nose ring, my clip in on, now that my face is set. And my rings, I will add back in a minute. But yes, we are done here. That was actually perfect timing. Let me take down my pins, because, you know, I got to keep my hair pinned. They know, just like, we coming. They know we coming. All right. Beehive is on the loose. I do look like somebody, as I told my husband, I look like somebody, grandma from the 60s. Probably my grandma from the 60s with this beehive on. Yeah, straighten her up. She's pretty. She's pretty. All right. Birthday girl is ready. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been fun. This has been fast. Trying to get this makeup done really fast. So, I will be back later, tomorrow, to do our weekly episode and talk about makeup and what's been going on. So, I want to thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to take some photos when we get out there and get seated for dinner. And show you guys what we got for dinner. So, thank you for watching. Come back in and watch more of my videos later. Peace. Hi, we're at Date Night Dollup, and I am here with Mr. Budget Beauty. We're at Chapin Chophouse, our usual place that we like to go. And we've gotten drinks. We're waiting on our appetizer to come. So, we're going to get our Japanese fried chicken. You guys have seen us here. We came here the last time for Date Night Dollup. So this is nothing new, but this is for my birthday. So say hello, Mr. Budget Beauty. Hello. All right. We'll be back later with more photos.